Just before we start, I'd like to say that I was a massive fan of the standalone games. I had my doubts about this DLC before it came out, but I wanted to test it when it came out before giving an honest opinion. The 5GB update gave me massive hope. All the beautiful things that you can cram into 5GB of update. What we actually got was a rundown version of career mode and a rundown version of Ultimate Team. Just remember, 5GB. I know that most of that will be stadiums probably, and then teams, players, but 5GB? You're telling me that what you've added is that significant? I don't believe it one bit. Should we go into tournament mode first? Career mode's replacement for the World Cup, and I say a replacement because, let's go to the main menu, career mode has been put down to the bottom. I shared this on Twitter and a lot of my followers got really angry, and so did I. I noticed that the journey's got a massive square. Ultimate Team has got a huge square. Why has that got a huge square? You could have just halved that and put career mode there. But no, you haven't developed career mode. You're not putting money into career mode. The journey sucks ass. And the more time EA spend on the career mode instead of the journey would help the game. Delete the journey. So here's the main menu. It is just basically the career mode menus. Apart from the fact that you've only got two tabs, Central and Squad. Yeah, and that's it. You can't edit your players. You can't do anything. You just play games and eventually win the World Cup. That's it. That's it. It's so basic. It's like FIFA 2000 had like seasons, and it was just like a really terrible manager mode where you can play 1 or 2 seasons, I think. This is probably worse in terms of content than FIFA 2000. Also, side note, Panama beat Belgium, so yeah, that's a thing. I mean, you can't even train up your players. Like, what's the point? What is the point of this? Like, you can't really do a road to glory type of thing because, firstly, the teams outside of the World Cup don't get added unless they're in the main game anyway. So you can play as India. That's it. You can play as India if you want that road to glory kind of thing. But you can't even train the players up so they can't improve. There's no improvement. Anyway, jumping on to Ultimate Team, and you'll notice yet again that it's a very rundown version of the normal Ultimate Team experience. We have 4 tabs this time, and I'll go straight to store because FIFA Points is right there shouting at you. I think this is a bigger block than what it is in the normal Ultimate Team game mode. They say it's a free update, but their intentions are to make more money than the normal standalone game. That's what EA is, and they will make more money than the standalone game. They just will. You can see that I've lost my first game on this mode. 0-0-1 record. It's beautiful, isn't it? And that's because the first guy that I played, let's just note that this thing has only been out a few hours. The first guy that I played just had this incredible squad. He must have blown all his coins or all his FIFA points on this thing. What are you doing, son? Oh, well, because it's a free DLC, I might as well stick some FIFA points on because I would have just paid for the normal standalone game anyway. The standalone game had so much going for it. It had all the teams competing in FIFA World Cup qualification. Not just the FIFA World Cup qualification, so you've got about 200 teams to select. A proper Road to Glory style. I tried to do it with Djibouti in 2014. It didn't work out, but it was a great series. The big thing though, it had scenarios. Now, you guys might actually remember scenarios. It's not that far back. It was basically a head-to-head with the AI, but you were playing out scenarios in real life. So before the World Cup started, you'd have qualification scenarios, and as the World Cup happened in real life, you'd have World Cup scenarios. Just throw it out there. 2 random teams, Poland and Ecuador. Poland lose to Ecuador, but in the scenarios thing, you could play as Poland to try and beat Ecuador and try and rectify the real life result. It was so immersive and so instantaneous, and it gave you a better feel of what was happening in this World Cup. That wouldn't have been too difficult to implement here, and you'd think the 5GB update could have added something like that. There's nothing of the sort. It's just this absolute shit. So with their intention being to make even more money than the standalone game, don't give me the box saying that this is a free update, don't complain. Now I work as a bookmaker for a betting shop, a high street betting shop, and they've been in the news recently for fixed odds betting terminals. These things show the odds on the screen, these stupid machines. The maximum stake was £50, but because they're such a burden on everyday life, for some, they've reduced the maximum stake from 50 to £2. Many shops are going to close. Packs, loot boxes, all these things that game developers want you to open, you don't get any odds. You have to pay to get in, but they don't give you any odds on the screen. These things are so illegal, but yet they still are somehow in games, in video games. I don't understand it. Eventually, they will get banned, or potentially they get forced to put the odds on screen. And I won't be surprised, to be honest, if they get forced to put the odds on screen, everybody then has insane pack luck. The whole system is crooked, but the good news is that EA are eventually going to screw the fuck up. You see, them tournament standalone games weren't just a nice addition to the FIFA universe, but they were kind of integral in some of the innovations that they added to the main game later on. One that springs to mind is in the Euro 2008 game, they added celebrations. Now, how integral are celebrations now to the overall general FIFA experience? So without these standalone games to take risk, they're going to screw up massively on a main title, and then it'll take a huge amount of patching to rid the game of this new thing. Listen up, I'd love to work with EA, even if it was like a capture event sometime in the future, but videos like this, making sure that I don't work with them in the future. But I don't mind it, because I want to tell you guys the truth. I want to show you exactly what they are trying to do. In those early video capture events, you have to like sign contract forms to not slag off the game. It's just advertising, falsely advertising the DLC as a good thing. And it just isn't. This is going to die out quicker than FIFA 18. It's gonna be so dead before the World Cup even begins. They've spent so much of the generated money through Ultimate Team on other things in FIFA, but they're never the things that we were really promised. The journey is shit. Anything that they've done in career mode, it's minimal. They've not even touched pro clubs. I feel so bad for the guys, the community around pro clubs. I've had every single FIFA since 2000, then I backtracked to 98. And even I want change. I don't want to be playing this anymore. Deep down, it's a really good game, but the company is so corrupt and wank that I'd just rather not be in their presence. Yeah, many people would have turned their attention to Fortnite because it's a new game, it's interesting, but some will have moved because they don't like what EA are trying to do. Everything is so money driven. Everything is all about money. And they want to get away from this ecosystem and play something else. Like, I can't blame them. Sadly, I'm a YouTuber and I'm stuck on this game. And I'm not shutting the door on playing the World Cup mode, especially. I don't want to be doing the Ultimate Team. Forget the Ultimate Team. We'll never be doing this. But it isn't going to be as interesting as taking Djibouti to a World Cup. Or Swaziland. I mean, how many games do you get maximum? I think, is it like 7? You get 3 group matches, and then I think it's 4 knockouts. Maximum, you're playing 7 games each tournament, and that's it. What kind of series is that? It's just garbage. It really is just garbage. Add qualification, add all the teams in qualification, add scenarios, and I don't complain. Maybe if you want to stick your neck out, do something different with the gameplay or something. Take risks. But bloody hell, this is not helping FIFA at all. It's not developing the game at all. It's taking many steps back. And I can't understand it. I can't understand why career mode has been put down there. Are you f***ing serious?